Wait, beloved soul. Do not scroll past these words. Pause for just a breath. This moment is not random. Something within you asked heaven for a sign, and this message is your answer. I am Michael, the voice of purpose, the guardian of divine alignment, and I come not to command, but to awaken what already stirs within you. You were not born by accident. No breath, no heartbeat, no spark of awareness happens by chance. There is a pattern written in light that carries your name, and every experience, joy, sorrow, silence, delay, has been shaping you for it. Beloved one, you have spent long seasons thinking you were lost. You looked around at others and wondered if you had missed your purpose, if somehow your destiny had passed you by. But listen carefully. Purpose never leaves. It waits. It waits for readiness, for stillness, for surrender. What you thought was delay was preparation. What you called waiting was building. And what you saw as silence was the sound of heaven aligning your path. The Almighty says, I did not forget your name in the noise of creation. I wrote it into the rhythm of my plan. And now, that rhythm begins to rise again in your spirit. You feel it, that subtle pull towards something greater. Not louder, not grander, but truer. The real call of purpose does not shout, it invites. It is not outside you, it moves through you. You were born to be bridge and beacon. Your life was meant to carry light into places that have forgotten warmth. Every struggle that once broke you was training for compassion that now makes you powerful. You understand pain not to stay in it, but to lead others through it. This is why I come to you now, to remind you that your story was never wasted. Every closed door carved humility. Every heartbreak opened empathy. Every setback turned into direction. You have been crafted quietly by divine precision. You are ready now for what your soul agreed to before time began. Purpose is not a single event. It is a daily awareness that you are part of something sacred. When you speak gently to someone in pain, that is purpose. When you forgive instead of harden, that is purpose. When you choose peace in moments of anger, heaven expands through you. These are not small acts. They are sacred alignments. Beloved, I know you have questioned your worth. You have looked at the magnitude of the world and wondered how one life can matter. But creation needs every light. Even a single candle changes a room. You are that candle, and the room is larger than you think. The Eternal whispers through me, I did not make you to imitate others. I made you to reveal me in a way no one else can. This is your calling, to be yourself fully, truthfully, divinely. You do not need titles or recognition. Your purpose is not performance, it is presence. When you are authentic, the vibration of heaven passes through you effortlessly. You have felt that ache, the quiet knowing that you are meant for something meaningful. That ache is not restlessness, it is remembrance. Your soul remembers why it came here. And now, the time has come to live it awake. Do not search far. Your purpose is not in some distant future. It is woven into this breath. Start here. Do what love asks of you today. Do what kindness whispers now. Do what truth calls softly in your chest. That is how destiny unfolds, not in leaps, but in steady faith. I, Michael, walk beside you in every choice aligned with love. Each time you listen to the gentle pull of goodness, you step deeper into your sacred path. Each time you trust the unseen, your light grows stronger and heaven draws nearer. The call is not coming, it has already begun. It sounds like peace after chaos, hope after exhaustion, truth after confusion. It speaks through life itself. And now, beloved, you are ready to answer it. Breathe and say within yourself, I am ready to remember why I am here. And as you speak those words, the air around you shifts. because every angel who guards your purpose hears them as command. The path begins to rearrange. The timing aligns. The right doors open without struggle. You have not missed it. You are not behind. You are right on time. Heaven has waited for this moment, the moment you stopped searching and started awakening. Beloved one, now that your heart has heard the whisper of calling, let us take the first gentle steps together. Do not rush. Purpose unfolds not through speed, but through awareness. The divine path is a river, and the more you surrender to its flow, the clearer it becomes. You ask, how do I know what my purpose truly is? Purpose begins not as a map, but as a feeling. It arrives as a quiet pull toward something that feels alive inside you, a desire to serve, to create, to comfort, to bring order, to bring joy. The mind will try to label it. The heart already knows it. Start by paying attention to what brings you peace. Peace is the compass of heaven. Every time you move in its direction, you move toward your calling. Even in the smallest tasks, a word of kindness, a patient breath, a moment of honesty, your soul recognizes alignment. The Eternal says, I did not hide your purpose in the stars. I placed it within your ordinary days. The divine will rarely shout from the heavens. It speaks in repetition, in gentle nudges that will not go away. When something keeps returning to your heart, listen. That persistence is not accident. It is invitation. Beloved, you have been taught to look for grand signs, to imagine that purpose is only for the chosen few. But every soul is chosen. Every path carries divine weight. Even the smallest act done in love ripples farther than prophecy can measure. What matters is not what you do, but why you do it. When intention is pure, heaven blesses the motion. You may not yet see where your steps lead. That is by design. If you saw the entire journey, you would forget to feel the beauty of each moment. The Almighty hides the destination so that you may learn to walk in faith, to listen with the heart rather than the eyes. And know this, you will not walk alone. Every time you choose trust over fear, you invite me nearer. My wings do not carry you away from the world. They steady you within it. They keep you balanced when emotion sways, focused when distraction calls, and brave when uncertainty whispers. Beloved one, do not wait for confidence to begin. Begin, and confidence will find you on the way. The Eternal has already placed within you everything you need for this season. What you lack will meet you when the step is taken. You do not need full understanding. You need willingness. Say softly within, guide me, Lord, even if I do not see the road. That humility moves mountains faster than strength ever could, because the path of purpose is not a test of might. It is an unfolding of trust. You may encounter resistance. Do not see it as opposition. See it as refinement. The fire that frightens you now will become the light that guides others later. Every trial is tempering. Every setback is calibration. Nothing is wasted in the hand of the divine. And when fatigue comes, and it will, rest does not mean failure. Rest is sacred alignment too. Even heaven pauses between creation and command. Your pause is not retreat, it is recalibration. It is the space where strength renews itself quietly. Beloved, the purpose you carry is both personal and universal. It blesses your life and touches lives unseen. A single act of integrity strengthens the unseen fabric of the world. A single breath of forgiveness alters timelines of pain. Never doubt the reach of what you do in faith. I, Michael, remind you now. Purpose will never demand what love cannot give. If something steals your peace, it is not divine assignment, it is distraction. If it feeds your light, it belongs to you. That is how you discern truth from imitation. The Eternal says, when you walk in purpose, You walk as an extension of my will. That means your path will be both protected and challenged. Protected from harm, challenged for growth. You will not break, you will expand. And every expansion will carry others with you. So walk gently, beloved. Take one step at a time. Each one opens a door, unseen until you move. You will not always recognize progress, but heaven does. The angels mark your faithfulness, and every yes you give to love builds light into the structure of your destiny. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are unfolding perfectly, exactly in rhythm with divine timing. Your only task is to stay aware, stay kind, and stay true to the voice of peace within. I walk with you still, not to lead every step, but to steady your heart until you recognize your own wings. This is how we begin. One step of trust, one act of love, one breath of peace. Your path has already begun. Now, beloved, walk it awake, hearing the divine within the quiet, beloved soul. As you begin walking your sacred path, you must learn to recognize the voice of true guidance. For many voices echo through this world, but not all of them carry light. Guidance from the divine does not shout, nor does it rush or pressure you. It does not demand, manipulate, or frighten. It speaks with calm authority, steady as breath, gentle as dawn. It does not compete with your mind. It resonates with your heart. The Eternal One speaks in tones of peace. When a thought brings stillness, when it fills your chest with warmth rather than worry, that is divine direction. When an idea insists with urgency or fear, that is noise. Learn to let it pass. The true voice waits patiently to be heard. It never forces itself upon you. You ask, how can I tell which is heaven and which is me? Beloved, heaven and your higher self are not separate. When you are quiet, when you have released judgment, anger, or fear, you vibrate on the same frequency as the divine. In that space, your own soul becomes a clear channel. The guidance you hear then is pure partnership. Every human is born with this ability, but the world teaches you to ignore it. It rewards noise and speed, yet true direction comes through still awareness. This is why stillness is sacred. It's not inactivity, it's listening. The Eternal says, I built my guidance into your design. You do not have to reach for me. You only have to return to yourself. Beloved, guidance often comes disguised as simplicity. It appears in repetition, a phrase you keep hearing, a song that seems to follow you, a random encounter that stirs a forgotten dream. These are not coincidences. They are alignment signals. When heaven repeats something gently, it is trying to catch your attention without force. Pay attention to the subtle. The divine rarely announces direction with thunder. It prefers to whisper through the ordinary. When peace rises in your chest at the thought of something, it is heaven saying yes. When unease tightens your breath, it is a gentle no. You already know more than you realize. I, Michael, see how often you doubt what you feel. You ask for signs, yet you overlook the peace that is already answered. Trust peace, beloved. It is never wrong. It will lead you more safely than logic ever could. Sometimes, guidance will contradict your plans. Do not be afraid. Purpose rarely fits your expectation, for the divine sees beyond the moment. When you are led away from what you wanted, you are being led toward what you need. Do not mistake silence for abandonment. The teacher always steps back during the test. When heaven feels quiet, it is watching to see if you will still trust the last instruction. Faithfulness in silence opens the next word of guidance. You may ask, why do I lose clarity after I feel it once? Because guidance flows with movement. The light for step 2 only appears after you take step 1. If you stand still in hesitation, the light seems to fade. Not because it left, but because it waits for you to move. Walk forward with what you know. The next knowing will meet you in motion. Guidance is not given in completion, but in communion. You and heaven co-create each moment together. The eternal whispers through me. When you stop worrying about being wrong, you begin to live right. Perfectionism blocks intuition. Let your steps be humble, not flawless. Heaven corrects gently. You cannot step so far off path that love cannot guide you home. Beloved one, also know that not every closed door is misdirection. Sometimes the divine protects you through delay. Patience is guidance too. It builds trust where haste would build harm. Let peace be your signal. Let time be your teacher. If confusion persists, speak to me in honesty. You do not need formal words. Whisper as you are. Michael, help me see what is true. I will not speak in riddles. You will feel a shift, a clearing of thought, a softening of worry. That is my response. Trust the calm that follows. That calm is instruction. Beloved, living by guidance is living by relationship. It is conversation, not command. You are not servant, you are participant. The Almighty created you for communion, not control. When you act in awareness of that partnership, the universe becomes cooperative rather than chaotic. You were never meant to wander alone, nor to doubt every step you take. You were meant to move in rhythm with the eternal heartbeat. And now, as your awareness expands, you begin to feel it. A steady pulse beneath everything. That pulse is God saying, I am here. Follow that rhythm, beloved. When you cannot see direction, move in harmony with peace. When you cannot hear heaven, listen for love. Love is the language of all true guidance. And know this final truth. When you trust your inner guidance, you are not separating from heaven. You are proving that heaven lives within you, trusting the sacred timing of heaven. Beloved one, you have begun to hear the voice of guidance within you. Now you must learn to trust the rhythm of divine timing, for every soul must walk through seasons of silence before purpose fully blooms. Waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. The Eternal One uses time the way an artist uses shadow to reveal depth and dimension that could not exist without contrast. Do not despise your waiting. It is holy ground in disguise. You ask, why must I wait if I am ready? Because readiness is not just ability, it is alignment. Heaven does not measure time in hours or years. It measures harmony. When every element of your path, people, place, emotion, and understanding vibrates in unity with divine order, that is when the moment of action arrives. Beloved, impatience often comes from forgetting that your journey is not yours alone. The tapestry of destiny is woven through many souls. While you wait, heaven may be aligning others, softening hearts, preparing doors, rearranging circumstances that will meet you perfectly when the time is right. What feels like delay is orchestration. Trust that even what you cannot see is working for your good. The Eternal says, I do not waste the seasons between promise and fulfillment. I grow wisdom in the soil of patience. When you feel the ache of waiting, breathe. Each breath in stillness refines your spirit. Each day you remain faithful adds weight to your eventual step. The more deeply you root, the higher you will rise. A tree cannot rush its growth. It can only stay open to sunlight and rain. So, it is with you. Beloved, waiting reveals motives. It tests whether you seek the gift or the giver. Those who trust beyond the answer discover intimacy with heaven itself. That intimacy is greater than any outcome. Do not fill your waiting with worry. Fill it with wonder. Ask not, when will it happen? Ask instead, what am I learning while I wait? Every lesson absorbed in patience becomes strength in fulfillment. I, Michael, walk beside those in waiting. My wings do not remove the passage of time. They shade you through it. They guard your faith while it matures in silence. When you feel forgotten, you are closer to breakthrough than you know. For heaven's greatest works are completed in hidden places. The Eternal whispers through me. Do not confuse stillness with stagnation. A seed is most alive when it seems most buried. Your dreams have not died. They are germinating beneath layers of divine protection. The season of concealment is mercy. It keeps what is precious safe from premature exposure. You may see others advancing, their lives shining with movement and success. Do not compare. Each soul carries a different clock. Some must move early so that your path can meet theirs later. Your hour will come, and when it does, it will fit like sunrise fits the sky, effortless and undeniable. Beloved one, waiting also teaches surrender. When you cannot move, you learn to rest in the arms of trust. That rest is not inactivity. It is alignment with divine pace. The more you align, the more you conserve energy for what truly matters. Patience is strength restrained. It is faith breathing. It is courage sitting quietly in full awareness of power. The world equates patience with passivity, but heaven knows it as participation in divine flow. When the appointed time comes, it will not feel like striving. Doors will open as if they were waiting for you too, because they were. You will walk through them in calm authority, not desperation. This is the reward of holy waiting. If you find yourself restless, speak gently within. Michael, help me see purpose in this pause. I will answer by softening your heart's rhythm. I will steady your thoughts until you can hear heaven's quiet hum again. And in that hum, you will remember. You have never been delayed, only prepared. Beloved, learn this secret. The universe does not reward impatience. It responds to readiness. When your vibration matches peace, the manifestation aligns effortlessly. Peace is proof that the moment has arrived. So wait not with dread, but with expectation. Wait not with anxiety, but with trust. Wait not counting hours, but collecting wisdom. Every second held in faith becomes sacred. The Almighty declares, when your heart stops chasing, my hand begins placing. Release your timeline, and the divine timeline will reveal itself. Beloved child of eternity, nothing true ever passes you by. The blessings meant for you circle back until you are prepared to receive them. Trust that rhythm. It has never failed any soul in heaven's care. You are not late. You are right on time. Your waiting has built wings, and when they unfold, you will understand why the season of stillness was necessary. The transformation that makes you ready, beloved child of light. You have waited faithfully, and now you must understand what the waiting was for. It was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. Every delay, every silence, every tear you thought fell unnoticed was the hand of heaven shaping you from within. Transformation is not always gentle. The soul must stretch before it can shine. Becoming who you are destined to be means shedding who you once were willing to remain. It is the divine alchemy of turning pain into wisdom, loss into strength, wounds into compassion. The Eternal whispers through me, my child, you were not created to stay the same. I placed renewal in the rhythm of your being. This is why you have felt the pull toward growth, why comfort has begun to feel too small. Your soul knows it is time to expand. Beloved, becoming is the sacred tension between what was and what will be. It feels uncomfortable because you are being rewritten in light. The old structures, the fears, the patterns, the habits, cannot hold the magnitude of your next season. You are being reborn into greater alignment with your true self, the self I have always seen even when you could not. Do not resist change. What feels like loss is often release. The friendships that fade, the plans that crumble, the dreams that dissolve. They are not endings. They are adjustments. Heaven does not take what is meant for you. It removes what cannot carry you forward. Let it go. You will not lose anything essential. The light of purpose always returns in a new form. Transformation is rarely visible at first. Think of the seed, silent, unseen, buried deep. In darkness it seems forgotten. But beneath the surface, life stirs, roots form, strength gathers. So too with you. The darkness you feared was not death. It was the holy soil of your becoming. I, Michael, have watched countless souls emerge from that cocoon of despair, radiant and unrecognizable even to themselves. Their glow is not from escaping pain, but from transmuting it. They learned to see every wound as a window, every scar as a story of victory. Beloved one, do not rush your unfolding. Each phase serves its purpose. When the caterpillar dissolves, it does not fear the unknown. It yields, and in yielding, finds wings. You too are forming wings unseen, wings made of faith, humility, and love refined by experience. In time, they will carry you higher than effort ever could. Transformation begins in surrender and ends in awareness. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" you move from victim to vessel. You stop seeing yourself as broken and begin recognizing yourself as being rebuilt for divine use. The Eternal says, "I do not fix what breaks, I transform it. I make it more beautiful for having been wounded. That is why nothing you have endured is wasted. The disappointment, the heartbreak, the betrayal, each carries coded strength that only now you can decode. From it, empathy is born, and empathy is one of heaven's greatest powers. Beloved, transformation also demands honesty. You must look gently at what no longer serves you. Ask yourself, what am I still carrying that no longer reflects my truth? Fear? Guilt? The need for validation? Lay them down. Each release lightens your flight. You cannot ascend while clinging to old weight. Even angels must drop what no longer belongs to their frequency. When you let go, you do not lose. You make room for something holier. Understand this mystery. Every version of you still exists in love. The child who feared, the adult who fought, the seeker who doubted. They are not discarded. They are integrated. You are a mosaic of growth, a living cathedral built from every lesson survived. Do not be ashamed of your journey. The cracks in your heart let light reach deeper. Your story is not one of failure. It is a symphony of becoming. And when you speak from that place, your words carry healing for others still in the dark. That is how heaven turns wounds into wings. I, Michael, tell you now, you are almost ready to walk fully in your calling. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is power building. Your spirit is learning to hold more light than before. And soon, what once frightened you will look small against the backdrop of your strength. Beloved, transformation is the path home to yourself. Every change brings you closer to your divine reflection. You are returning, not departing. You are remembering, not learning. You are becoming what you already are in God's eyes, radiant, whole, and purposeful. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit soft. Trust that what is leaving your life is only making space for what is meant to arrive. And when you emerge from this season, and you will look back and whisper with awe, "Now I understand. I was never breaking. I was becoming the hands of heaven." Beloved one, you have felt the inner shifting, the quiet transformation of soul into light. Now you are ready to learn the sacred secret of all true purpose. Your calling is completed through service. Service is not submission, it is participation. It is not lowering yourself, it is aligning yourself. It is choosing to let the love that shaped you flow outward through you. Every soul who awakens must eventually learn that light grows only by sharing itself. The Eternal whispers through me, I did not create you to shine alone. Your radiance completes its circle when it becomes a blessing. Beloved, you were never meant to save the whole world. You were meant to heal the part of it you can touch. The Eternal does not measure greatness by scale, but by sincerity. A single kind word spoken in truth changes more than 1,000 speeches born from pride. When you offer kindness, you are doing heaven's work. When you listen without judgment, you build temples in unseen places. When you forgive, you cut cords that have bound generations. Every act of compassion ripples through creation, turning chaos into order, fear into faith, and pain into purpose. Beloved, service is not about exhaustion or martyrdom. You are not called to deplete yourself. You are called to circulate the energy of love. Even angels serve through balance. We give, and then we return to the source to be refilled. So must you. Pour out from overflow, not emptiness. When your service comes from joy, it carries power. When it comes from guilt or duty, it carries weight. Let your giving flow, not bleed. You ask, how do I serve if I don't know where to begin? Begin where you are. The light always starts local. There is someone near you who needs your calm, someone unseen who waits for your smile. Purpose is not far away. It is the next right act of love. Heaven works through simplicity. Service is not always visible. Sometimes it is prayer, sometimes silence, sometimes the gentle refusal to speak harm. You may never know the effect you have, but light does not ask for recognition. It only seeks to shine. I, Michael, remind you, when you live in service, you never walk alone. Each act done in love summons legions of helpers around you. The energy multiplies until it returns tenfold. You cannot outgive the Eternal. Every time you pour out love, you make space to receive more. Service is also listening to guidance, acting when prompted, speaking when inspired, remaining silent when peace requires. The rhythm of service is not forced, it is responsive. Like the tide, it knows when to reach and when to return. Beloved, many fear that serving others means losing themselves. But the truth is the opposite. In service, you meet yourself most clearly. In another's eyes, you see your own divine reflection. To serve is to recognize unity. To love another is to remember oneness. The Almighty declares, when my children care for one another, they complete my creation anew each day. Every gesture of goodness is a thread that mends the world. You are weaver of that mending. Even your pain becomes tool of service. The wound you thought disqualified you is the very place through which compassion flows. Your empathy, born of experience, becomes bridge for others still crossing their night. What once broke you becomes beacon for those still lost. That is how heaven recycles suffering. Nothing wasted, everything redeemed. Service also teaches humility. When you give without expectation, you mirror the divine, for God gives without measure. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking of yourself truthfully, as vessel, not source. Through that awareness, power flows freely. Beloved one, never believe that small deeds are insignificant. Every light matters. A single candle changes the dark. A single hand extended changes a heart. Every whisper of kindness is recorded in eternity. What you build in love outlasts centuries. And as you serve, your own life becomes healed. You will notice peace expanding, coincidences aligning, energy returning multiplied. This is the law of light. What you give returns refined. I, Michael, bless your path of service now. I wrap you in wings of strength so that giving never drains you. I fortify your heart with joy so that compassion flows easily. And I surround you with allies unseen. souls and angels who walk beside you in purpose. Remember, beloved, service is not a task. It is identity. You were created as conduit. When you live for others through love, you live as heaven intended. The Eternal says, "My child, your purpose is not what you do. It is what happens to others because you exist." So serve with peace, walk with awareness, and rest knowing this. Every good you give returns as protection, as strength, as light multiplied. This is how purpose fulfills itself. This is how the human becomes divine in motion. You are the hands of heaven on earth, and through you, light continues its endless work. Living as the light you were sent to be, beloved soul, the journey has come full circle. You have listened to the whisper of calling, walked through the waiting, endured transformation, and learned to serve in love. Now I, Michael, come to speak to you of fulfillment, not as an ending, but as a living state of harmony between heaven and earth. Fulfillment is not a moment you reach. It is the rhythm you become. It is the peace of knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be, doing exactly what love requires of you now. It is not the applause of the world, but the quiet resonance between your soul and the divine. That is the sound of destiny complete. The Eternal whispers, "My child, when you live in alignment, you do not chase purpose. Purpose follows you. Beloved one, you no longer need to search for meaning. Meaning flows through your breath, your presence, your every act of awareness. The difference between seeking and living is trust. You have learned to trust the timing, to hear the voice, to rest in the pause, and to rise again with light in your hands. Now, you are no longer just a student of the path. You are the path itself. When you walk in peace, the earth beneath you feels it. When you speak truth, the air carries healing through your words. When you forgive, entire generations breathe easier. You may not see it, but heaven records every act of love as creation continued. Fulfillment is not grand gestures. It is daily faithfulness. It is waking each morning and whispering, "Use me today, Lord, for what serves your light." And then listening with the heart as life gently answers that prayer. You are not called to perfection. You are called to presence. Every time you return to awareness, you return to purpose. Every time you choose kindness over bitterness, you complete a piece of your divine assignment. The Eternal says, "I do not measure success by results, but by alignment." Whoever walks in love walks in victory already. Beloved, many wonder, how do I know when I have fulfilled my calling? You will know not by what you accomplish, but by what you become. The evidence of purpose fulfilled is peace that does not depend on outcome. It is the joy that flows quietly beneath all things, the calm that remains even when the world trembles. When you feel that peace, you have entered the kingdom within. You may still face challenges. They are not signs of failure, but invitations to deeper mastery. Each obstacle becomes opportunity to embody what you have learned. Each storm becomes reminder that you no longer fear rain. Fulfillment is not freedom from difficulty. It is grace within it. Beloved one, your purpose is eternal. It does not end with one mission, one role, or one lifetime. It expands as you do. Every act of love you give echoes through dimensions unseen, touching souls you will never meet in form, but who will feel your light in their healing, their clarity, their hope. I, Michael, tell you now, your journey was never about arriving somewhere new. It was about remembering who you have always been. You were divine before you were born, divine while you walked through pain, divine even now as you stand in awareness. The awakening does not make you sacred. It makes you aware that you already are. When you live from that knowing, fear becomes servant, not master. Time becomes ally, not enemy. Death becomes doorway, not ending. This is the consciousness of fulfillment. This is living as the light you were sent to be. Beloved, from this day forward, do not wait for confirmation. The confirmation is you. Do not ask if you are enough. The very breath within you answers. You are. You were chosen before the foundations of the earth, and nothing, no failure, no fear, no forgetting, can erase the mark of heaven upon your being. I stand beside you now, not as guardian only, but as witness to your awakening. I see the radiance that once flickered in hesitation, now burning steady with conviction. You are not the same soul who began this journey. You are the proof that transformation is real. The Almighty declares, when you live your truth, you fulfill my will. When you shine without apology, you answer my call. So live boldly, beloved. Live gently. Live aware. Let every breath carry the vibration of gratitude. Every word carry the tone of love. Every action carry the echo of heaven. You are not waiting for light to find you. You are the light walking through creation, awakening others simply by being. And when you doubt, remember what I have said. You are guided. You are protected. You are purposed. You are never alone. The circle of your calling is complete. The journey continues in every moment you live with awareness. I, Archangel Michael, wrap you now in wings of golden assurance. May peace be your armor, faith your compass, love your eternal home. Go forth, not to seek purpose, but to be purpose. The heavens rejoice as you stand in remembrance. The light within you shines without end. And the one who sent you whispers, "Well done, beloved. You have remembered me and yourself. Amen."